Here's the beginning of another Christmas decor project. These are going to be little snowmen. I used 4 foot of 2x4s. The bottom layer is 5 inches, then 4 inches, then 3 inches, and the hat is 4 inches of a 1x4. And the tops are from a post I had that held up a tree while it was little. So we'll get those all sanded, painted, decorated, and I'll put pictures of the progress. Here are the snowman pieces. I gave them a sanding with the mouse sander in the garage. And after I cleaned up my mess, I brought them in. I've given them 2 coats of a white paint and 2 coats of black paint. And what I would do next time is I would sand the length of wood first and at least give it 1 coat of paint before cutting it. It would save a lot of time. Sanding these little blocks took a lot longer than I thought it would. The next thing I'll do is I'll use Elmer's wood glue. Sitting there, I just have a tiny bit in each of those bottles sitting there to drip down to the nozzle. I will glue them together and then I'll decorate them up. I've started assembling these little snowmen. I found some wooden pieces. I'll put a picture in here of them for the eyes and the nose. And I decided to use marker to paint them as opposed to a paintbrush because I thought it would be more simple, and it turned out really well. Kind of put the faces on a little bit differently. They are all glued together with Elmer's wood glue. I'm using this one because I ran out of the other, but this is great since it's a max. Now I need to decide what I'm going to do before I put the top hat on. Now if I'm going to put something underneath it, of course it'll have to be centered. Something underneath it, or just wait and put something next to it, and I'll need a little scarf and the buttons. And I have the buttons prepared already. I'm going to hot glue those on. I used wood glue for those little guys, but I'm not certain that was the right choice, so we'll see how they hold up. I might need to hot glue them. I have the buttons glued on with hot glue, and now I'm going to glue this little guy on, the hat. I went ahead and glued the hat on because I tried these underneath and it just didn't work. I'm just going to put a little hot glue here, right along in there, and then set that along the hat. You can see that there. I think I may also put a little under here, a little bit more strength. Hold that on for a sec. You can see this glue here that will be covered up by his scarf. Once I figure out just exactly what I'm going to do for the scarf, I'll tie that around and glue it in a spot so that it can't come off. So this is cute. This was in a little container of decorations that I got from the Goodwill. I had a little bag of them. I'll clean up all these little strings, but he is looking just adorable. So I decided to use this little ribbon on it, since it's nice and small and should just glue right in here. A little bit along there. Cover that up nicely. bit along the front. There we go. I already measured it so you could read that when it's done. And we'll do a little bit of a tie here, little knot. There. Isn't that cute? This little guy is finished. Adorable. So these little snowmen are finished. I just take a little bit of scrap wood, paint that you have on hand. If you're crafty at all, you have this stuff. If not, you can pick it up secondhand. All the little embellishments I had secondhand. The ribbon on this last little guy, the black, is velvet, and I just cut an inch off the bottom of a velvet skirt that I have in my sewing room for that I'm going to use for something else, and then I pulled on it and kind of twisted in on itself, and then I just tied it on his neck. So there they are. Happy crafting!